Welcome to the Abundance Effect, where we empower ambitious women with practical tools to live their most rich and fulfilling life in business and beyond. I'm your host, Larisa Makuch. Let's get started. Have you ever noticed that when life gets busy, the very first person you stop taking care of is you? You still get the groceries, you might answer your emails, you'll show up for work, you'll still do what everyone else needs, but somewhere along the way, you begin to disappear from your own life. Now, if you're a high-achieving woman that's been taking care of someone or something else for way too long, this is for you. Now, today I want to talk about something that completely changed how I think about self-care. Not because I was looking for another wellness trend, but because I stumbled on one simple idea in a relationship book that had become one of the best pieces of advice I have ever received. Now, we're going to talk about why replenishing your spirit, it's not selfish, it's actually responsible, and why it matters neurologically, emotionally, and practically. Plus, I'm going to give you a ridiculously simple challenge that you can start today. Now, a few years ago, one of my clients recommended that I read The Empowered Wife by Laura Doyle. And I'll admit, I was not expecting much. I have read so many different relationship books and so many different books in general. My husband and I, we even went to couples counseling years earlier, and we actually left worse than when we started. When I look back now, I know why, but back then, what happened is I spent all of the sessions complaining. I was talking about everything he needed to do to change, and I talked some more. He put his little earmuffs on and occasionally got a sentence in. But I was so convinced that I was right. And I mean, of course I was right. I couldn't understand why the therapist wasn't fixing him. And clearly I thought there was something wrong with her. Have you ever been there before, or is this just me? Okay. When I read Laura Doyle's book, it felt like someone grabbed me by the shoulders and just shook me and woke me up. Because instead of constantly looking at my husband, she invited me to look at myself. And let's just say it was really uncomfortable. And also the best thing that could have happened. She's got 6 intimacy skills listed in this book. And the very first intimacy skill is replenishing your spirit. And I remember thinking, oh, how cute, kind of fluffy, but where is she going with this? And when I read it, it made sense. So I want to read this little excerpt to you. This skill is about recognizing that only you can make yourself happy and that your happiness does not depend on your husband. If you devote yourself to your own enjoyment and delight, you'll not only have more reserves to deal with the everyday upsets, you'll also become more attractive and pleasant so that you start to resemble the woman that your husband fell in love with. Plus, you'll be happier. Make tending to your own happiness a part of your daily routine, which will give your marriage the chance to be gratifying. She also has a prescription in here. Make a list of at least 20 things that you enjoy doing just because they make you happy. This is not a list of things you feel like you should be doing, but things that delight you. The more frivolous, the better. Carve out time to do 3 things from your list tomorrow, the next day, and every day after that, both to make yourself happy and to focus your energy on what you can control, yourself. So this advice is not about you fixing yourself or improving yourself or optimizing yourself. It's about replenishing yourself. When a well runs low, you need to fill it. Same thing here. And so Laura encourages women to intentionally do these 3 things they genuinely enjoy for no other reason, simply than it brings them joy. Not to be productive, not to earn approval, not to make someone else happy, but to replenish your spirit. And I know it sounds simplistic. And when I read it, I was like, this is really simple. But because it was simple, I knew it would work. And it absolutely has. And here's why this matters. As a high achieving woman, you are incredibly good at solving problems. You know how to lead, plan, give, help, serve, hold everything together. But somewhere, you stopped asking yourself what brings you back to your life. And your calendar became this long list of obligations. You wonder why you're exhausted. No wonder. You're doing things for everyone else, but you're not filling yourself back up. And this isn't just a nice idea. There are researchers studying positive emotions, including Barbara Fredrickson, whose work at the University of North Carolina found that positive emotional experiences, they broaden your thinking, increase creativity, improve resilience, and help you recover from stress more effectively. So, in other words, joy isn't just this frivolous thing, it's actually fuel. And neuroscience, it also shows that chronic stress, it narrows your attention. You become more reactive, more impatient, less creative, way less flexible. But activities that genuinely restore you and they help to calm your nervous system, they improve emotional regulation. And then all of a sudden, you can do things like feel better after going for a walk or having a shower, going for a massage, reading a good book, laughing with a friend. It just makes sense because you're calming that nervous system down and getting back to yourself. And so sometimes people ask me, like, what counts? What kinds of things can I put on the list? Well, you could put anything that lights you up. And everyone's list can be very different. For me, it's things like going to the gym, morning walks, reading, putting essential oils in my bath or shower. And when I put them in the bath, I stir them and I do this like whole little routine. It's very luxurious. Maybe trying on outfits in a boutique, even if I don't buy anything. Playing dress up at home. I do this all the time. I have been known to change outfits up to 6 times a day on many more days than I can probably count. I have a pulsating energetic frequency mat, a PEMF mat, laying on that to regenerate my cells, using my vibration plate, stopping at the spring to get fresh spring water for home, asking for a hug, getting a massage, wearing an outfit that matches my mood. Notice there's a lot of outfits in my list. Sometimes putting on lipstick because I feel like it. Sometimes it's flowers on my kitchen table or on my desk, or even just dancing around the house with cranked up music blasting, often AC/DC or something of that nature. Like, none of these things change my to-do list, but what they do is they change me. And that is the point. So you put on your list what jazzes you up, what lights you up. You can use some of my ideas. You can have your own. But I think the biggest thing is that you treat yourself well. And the other day, I was in a call, a marketing call, and we were writing new copy and we were just brainstorming. And I wrote something that is so uncharacteristic of me, but I think I'm going to start saying it a whole lot more. I wrote, one of the tips I suggested was treat yourself like a princess every single day. Now, before you roll your eyes, I'm not talking about entitlement or expecting everyone else just to wait on you hand and foot. I am talking about self-respect. Why are you waiting for someone else to treat you well when you can start today? Eat well, sleep well, move your body, ask for help. Let people serve you. Wear clothes that make you feel amazing. Speak kindly to yourself. Carry yourself with confidence. Lead by example. Because if you don't demonstrate how you deserve to be treated, how are other people going to actually know? They're not going to have a clue. So you have to set the example for them. So my challenge for you, so what I'd love for you to do right after this call is make a list of 20 or more things that you can do that light you up, that will replenish your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. What are things that do replenish that spirit? What are tiny things, silly things, beautiful things, maybe things you loved as a child, things you forgot about, things that you've just been way too busy for. And then today, I want you to pick 3 and do them. 3 or more and just do them. And they don't have to be big things. They could be teeny tiny things. Putting essential oils in my shower takes 3 seconds. Smiling at myself in the mirror because I can, because I'm in a good mood, that doesn't take a long time. One of the things my mother used to do is say, "Hello, beautiful." She sat in the mirror and it made her feel alive, made her feel better than she had in years. And so whatever that little thing is for you, pick something and do it. Do it today, do something tomorrow, do something the next day, and just keep going for pretty much the rest of your life. Schedule these things, protect them, just do them. And don't do them when you've earned the right. Don't do them when everything else is finished. Do them now. Because the truth is, the happier you are, the lighter you are, the more grounded you are. It's not just better for you, it's better for your kids, for your team, for your clients, for your community, and yeah, your spouse. Now, this is not about doing this just to improve your relationship with your spouse. That's where my inspiration came from this book, from the Empowered Wife book. But this is relevant to anybody in any situation. I think this is something each and every one of us should do, especially as a woman, so we can carry ourselves with the elegance and with the grace that God put us on the earth to have. So I know today's concept was really simple and really profound. Replenishing your spirit. Why self-care isn't selfish, it's leadership. This is about you putting yourself back on your list and being really intentional with these teeny tiny moments that have a big impact. And it doesn't have to be elaborate, but it does have to be deliberate. So if today's episode resonated with you, I think you're going to love, love, love our next upcoming masterclass in the Summer Reset series. It is called the 5-Minute Miracles, the science and strategy of these small resets that change everything. Because sometimes you don't need a complete life overhaul. You just need a few of these intentional moments throughout your day that help you recalibrate, reconnect, and shift your energy before stress and life and everything else takes over. So I'm going to share some really simple practices that I use personally and also with my clients, some beautiful mindset tools that take 5 minutes or less and can literally change the trajectory of your day. So you can register using the link in the show notes. And if you know any other women who spend way too much time taking care of other people and have forgotten to take care of themselves, send them this episode. She just might need the reminder that replenishing her spirit is not a luxury. It's one of the most important things she'll ever do. For now, that's it on the Abundance Effect. I'll see you again next time.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Abundance Effect. Be sure to hit that follow or subscribe button wherever you're listening. It helps the show reach more people who are ready to create a richer and more abundant life, and make sure you never miss a new episode.